and old paid tribute to the fallen, politicians, royalty, people simply going about their business, pausing and falling silent. Celebrities played their part too. The singer, Cerys read the poem My Boy Jack at the cenotaph.
Oh dear, what comfort can I find? None this tide, nor any tide, except he did not shame his kind, not even with that wind blowing and that tide.
And I'm delighted to say that Cerys joins me live in the studio, along with Richard Hughes from the Western Front Association, the charity that organised the ceremony at the cenotaph. Why does it matter to you?
Well, we just saw the VT about Lee Rigby. It's about paying tribute to people that are willing to sacrifice their lives or risk their lives every day so that we can live our lives daily the way we do.
And keeping that flame alight, 97 years on, gets tougher by the year.
It does and it doesn't. I think the terrible casualties that we've seen coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan have brought back to the fore the importance of remembrance in the eyes of the British public. So in fact, no, I think the values that we celebrate at the cenotaph are eternal values, not just values of 100 years ago.
Captured brilliantly in that Rudyard Kipling poem. Not one of his most well-known, but amazingly powerful. When did you first hear it?
It's my mum used to love reading the poetry to me as I was when I was a young girl, especially First World War poems. And I think as the years go by, these poems immediately bring you back into the shoes of people, ordinary people, mums, fathers, uncles, and you get a feeling, because that's the thing with war. It's a big concept. It's a family thing. You lose family members, and this one is exactly that. Rudyard Kipling sadly pulled strings in order to get his very short-sighted son to fight. He was killed within 20 minutes of going to the front. Sure. And that's what it's a father's memory for his son, and his what's the word I'm looking for? His grief.
Yeah. A lament.
It's very simple. And
your great-grandfather was gassed on the front.
He was. My daddy Will went to the First World War and he was gassed. Luckily, at the time, he got his sight back. But many members of my family fought in the Second World War as well. My brother's still in the Metropolitan Police. And as I say, I never want to take for granted being able to live in relative security and safety and peace. And that's why it's important to me to be associated with the Western Front Association and to pay tribute on days like this. And remember that today is Armistice Day. We celebrate the end of war, finding things in common with people, trying to not go into another war.
Yes. Do you think, I said 97 years at the beginning of this, that in 3 years' time that's a centenary? Will a time ever come when we can say history is now done?
I think the profound influence of the Great War on the society that we live in today will still resonate 200 or 300 years from now. The Somme, which we will celebrate last year, changed our society for all time. And I think those resonances will continue. And certainly the Western Front Association will be making sure that once we get past 1918, 2018, that memory does live on.
Richard Hughes and Cerys, thank you both very much indeed.
Thank you very much.